What's up? Thanks for tuning in to another video on our channel. I'm Chris with the Lotz Real Estate Group. Let's dive in. If you haven't done so already, please like, subscribe. It helps the channel so much. Today we're talking about the top 5 things that might kill your listing and kill buyer desirability. Did you know in the first 10 seconds when the buyer walks in, they determine if they like your home or hate your home? And most sellers don't realize that buyers notice these 5 things instantly. If you're selling your house, these items can literally make or break the sale of your home when it comes to price and speed of sale. Number 1, and probably an obvious one, is smell. First emotional reaction for any and all buyers, and a good one and a bad one can take that showing in two completely different directions. Bad smells obviously create a instantaneously first negative impression in your house. Common issues can be pets, smoke, strong cooking smells, and musty basements. All of those are red flags and signs to buyers that there could be potential problems. But don't you worry, even with bad smells that you might not even realize, there are some quick fixes. You got a lot of time to realize that we're mitigating these concerns. Air out your house, clean your carpets, deionize or do an ozone machine if necessary, and then avoid heavy air fresheners on the back end. And you want to be proactive on the actual solutions. Again, cleaning the carpets, airing out, doing deep cleans, because masking smells will only cause more problems. I've been into too many houses where air fresheners are all throughout the home. And again, buyers are now just concerned that you're trying to mask something up way too much. So again, keep in mind, buyers notice smells before they notice anything visually. Smell is the first emotional impression on your home. Make it a good one. Number 2 is lighting and brightness. Dark homes feel smaller, more cramped, less inviting. Buyers love natural light, bright, and a fresh perspective on a home. It's not always necessary, but I would leave your house with all the lights turned on, and we're talking about lamps, vanities, ceiling fixture lights, every single light you want, even if it's $200,000 up to $2 million. You want to make sure that buyers are walking in there, agents are walking in there, not having to worry about anything besides how they see your home in a first impression. Having all the lights on versus, and blinds closed and drapes closed. So open those up, turn those lights on, because that next first impression after smell is going to be how much work they have to do to see the true potential of your house. Make it less. Last but not least, replace dim and mismatched bulbs. A bright home feels bigger, cleaner, and more welcome instantly. So again, before you leave for that showing, turn all those lights on, open those drapes, and lift those blinds. Let your home shine. Number 3 is cleanliness. When we're approaching listing appointments, we're always talking about deep cleaning, decluttering, depersonalizing, and smell, natural light. Cleanliness is huge, because how you do anything is how you do everything. And if you aren't maintaining your house in a minimum of a cleanliness standpoint, again, it's going to be a buyer objection and a buyer red flag to how you maintain anything. Buyers associate clean homes with well-maintained homes, obviously. Noticeable instantly. Floors, countertops, bathrooms, windows, all of those fine details and small details will massively add up to buyers' perspectives of how you maintain a house. Even small things matter. So going above and beyond on dusting, fingerprints on appliances, and dirty baseboards, those little details will massively add up to getting the price you want and selling the speed that you want. And it's 100% true. If buyers see dirt, they start wondering what else hasn't been maintained. And I always say this, especially this time of year, moving into spring, every house needs a bath, but not a lot of people actually bathe their homes. Your house probably should get washed once a year. When was the last time you washed your house? And again, a dirty house leads buyers' mind down the wrong path to think if they're not power washing their home or soft washing their home, what else aren't they doing? Number 4 is space and clutter. You live in your house. We understand that you're trying to sell your home. Deep clean, depersonalize, declutter. Getting all of those loose, unneeded possessions that aren't going to help us stage a home properly, get them into the garage. Get them in the utility space in the basement. If we can declutter 70% of rooms, that is huge for buyers' perspectives of space, volume, and it feels less crowded, less tight, less claustrophobic, and getting that off of buyers' minds. Because again, to be fair, they are there to see the bone square footage location, not see your possessions, not smell your home, and not have to work to see every single square inch of their house or examine your cleanliness. So when you deep clean, declutter, depersonalize, now again, they can be there to focus on what they're there to do. Look at your home in its true light: bones, square footage, location. So things that hurt perception of space: packed closets, counter clutter, too much stuff on your counters, get them into certain drawers, and too many decorations. I understand you love the holidays. Holiday decorations distract buyers. Buyers are easily distracted. Let them focus on your home. Rule of thumb: less stuff equals bigger feeling home. Less is truly more in that capacity of how your house shows. Buyers aren't judging your stuff. They're trying to see, will their stuff fit? So you want to give them the right perspective with the right amount of furniture to give them that perspective to see and vision their possessions in your house. Number 5 is updates and lack of them. Buyers immediately scan kitchens, bathrooms, flooring, and paint. If you haven't maintained those, or if you haven't updated those, you will be critiqued for those. We are pricing homes with those adjustments into consideration. So again, it's bone, square footage, location. Clean, dirty cosmetics versus dated, clean cosmetics are two different things. If you maintain those products, again, we're just going to price it appropriately to fair market value so that a buyer can come in, see that space, see those opportunities, see the blank canvas, and do those updates that they want to do. I wouldn't worry too much about it, but updated features can create mental renovation costs. So now they start walking around the house and say, kitchen X, bathroom X, floors X, especially when it's a certain price. If the price reflects those updates needed, fine. But if that price is overpriced, which there's a lot of products out there right now that are overpriced, now they're taking those mental renovation costs, starting to kind of decrease, walk you down where your price is. So small updates that matter to avoid that buyer objection is get some fresh paint in there, freshen up those spaces. Everyone's got bumps and bruises and dings, but if you're able to fix those and paint those, it mitigates those buyer concerns. Update lighting fixtures, very cost effective and easy, and it's not something that buyers are going to look around your home and start to kind of tally those things up. New hardware, cheap and easy, quick and fast. And then neutral colors. Not that it's a huge priority, but when someone's scrolling through photos and they see purples and pinks and oranges and yellows, it tends to be objections that buyers sometimes don't get on the other side because they're too overwhelmed and they can't look at your space. So if you are freshly painting or painting some new rooms, not a bad idea to cover up those bold colors with something a little bit more neutral and inviting. Buyers start calculating renovation cost, and the moment they walk in, they start to tally those things up. Let's make sure it's little, and again, they can focus on the true value of your house. So if you focus on these 5 things, you will dramatically improve buyers' perceptions of your home, and you will win in this market. Because in real estate, first impressions matter. So if you're local here in Livingston County and you're thinking about selling and want to prepare your home, let's talk. We're more than happy to walk you through that process. We'd love to hear your thoughts. So which one of these top 5s do you notice when you're seeing houses? We'd love to hear. Again, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.